Hello student, welcome to the chemistry lecture. Today we discuss structure of atom, that is chapter number 2 of 11th science chemistry. So what is atom? We know atom are smallest particle which combined in a different ratio to form compound. Atom was discovered by John Dalton. He proposed the famous atomic theory in 1807. Atoms are fundamental unit of matter, means every matter are made up of atom. The existence of different kind of matter is due to different atom constituting them. If you found any matter, they contain different atoms. Now what is atom? So matter is anything that take up space and has mass, that we already discussed in chapter 1, that what is the definition of matter, what is matter. Okay, now all matter is made up of atom, and matter means anything that have specific mass and volume considered as matter. So atom are building blocks of matter, sort of how bricks are the building blocks of houses. Okay, how the building are made up from bricks. So when blocks are arranged, it make building. Same way, when more atoms are combined, it form matter or compound. Atomic theory, which is proposed by John Dalton, that all matter is made up of atom. Atom of an element are identical. For example, if you have Fe element, then all atoms are identical of Fe element. Each element has different atoms. Atom can engage in chemical reaction, may they combine to form new compound. Means we know when hydrogen atom and oxygen atom combine, it form water. So atom can combine to form different molecules or compound. Now atom can neither be created nor be destroyed, and atoms are indivisible, that we already discussed. Okay, now structure of an atom. The discovery of two fundamental particles, electron and proton, of atom inside the atom led to the failure of the aspect of Dalton's atomic theory. For explaining the arrangement of electron and proton in atom, many scientists propose various atomic models. So from Dalton atomic theory, we learned that atoms are indivisible atom, but further the scientists propose many model of atom in which atoms may contain electron, proton and neutron. So let we discuss the different atomic model that is given by different scientists. So first atomic model is Thomson plum pudding model. So Thomson model is also known as plum pudding model or watermelon model. It is also known as watermelon model. Okay, so there is two name of Thomson model, one is plum pudding model, second one is watermelon model. So in 1897 the English scientist J.J. Thomson provided the first hint that atom is made up of even smaller particle, means atom can divide. So how atom can divide it? So atom are divided in three particle constituent particle, that is proton, neutron and electron. Now see the Thomson model. He proposed a model of atom that sometimes called plum pudding model. Why plum pudding model? So the structure that he gives or explain is same as plum pudding or watermelon. The electron are like the seed of watermelon and sorry, and the rest of the part, the yellowish part, are the positive charge. So according to him, atoms were made up from a positively charged sphere with negatively charged electrons embedded in it, like raisins in a pudding, okay, same as seeds in a watermelon. So see here, the electron shows that they are distributed equally throughout the sphere. Here the negative and positive charge are equal in magnitude, so the atom as a whole is electrically stable, means the number of positive particle and negative particle are equal, so the overall charge of that sphere is 0. Means if the equal number of electrons, means 20 electron is there and 20 proton is there, so the overall charge of that sphere is 0. Okay, so means the negative charge and positive charge cancel out each other effect. So negative and positive charge are equal in magnitude, so the atom as a whole is electrically stable or electrically neutral. Now Thomson experiment and discovery of electron. How Thomson discover electron? So Thomson take a hollow glass tube which is known as cathode ray discharge tube. You already see CRT TV. Old in our house there is a CRT color TV. Okay, means heavy in weight and large in size. So it contain this type of hollow tube inside the television, which is known as CRT, cathode ray discharge tube, or CR tube, cathode ray tube. So they made up of a glass vessel in which there is 2 electrode, cathode and anode. So what happen, if we pass the voltage across the electrode, the electron from cathode moves towards anode, means the ray, one type of ray moves from cathode to anode. So see Thomson experiment. If we apply any electric or magnetic field, we found that the moving piece were negative. Means if we applied the positive field there, so the charge or the ray that is start from negative and moves towards positive are attracted towards positive charge, which indicate that the ray contain negative particle. मीन्स जो इस एक्सपेरिमेंट में हमने जो वोल्टेज अप्लाई किया और जो रे कैथोड रे जो जनरेट हुए फ्रॉम कैथोड टू एनोड, वाई दिस इज नोन एज कैथोड रे, बिकॉज दिस रे इज जनरेटेड फ्रॉम कैथोड and moves towards anode. Okay, so this ray, when we applied any electrical field or magnetic field, they are attracts towards positive charge. Means agar koi positive, we know that negative always attract to positive. Okay, so we can say that the ray contain negative particle and this particle is known as electron. So this way electron are discovered. Now discovery of proton. Eugene Goldstein noted stream of positively charged particle in cathode ray in 1886. Means this scientist was found that also some ray are moving from positive charged particle from cathode. So this particle moves in opposite direction of cathode ray, means cathode ray moves from cathode to anode, but this positive particle moves from anode to cathode opposite to electron. So this particle move in a opposite direction of cathode ray. This ray is known as canal rays. So remember this ray is canal's ray and moves from anode to cathode, while cathode ray moves from cathode to anode and canal's ray move from anode to cathode. So this ray is known as canal ray because they pass through the holes, means channels or canals drilled through the negative electrode. So see here see the experiment. Electrons are moved from, here is cathode, here is anode. So electron moves from anode to cathode to anode, and due to this they form holes. Here see the holes, and from these holes a positive particle from anode are moved towards the cathode, which is known as canal rays. Okay, so यहाँ देखिए इलेक्ट्रॉन कहाँ से आ रहे हैं, from cathode to anode, and at the same time they make the holes. Okay, so from these holes a positive particle from anode are moved from these holes and go towards the cathode. Canal ray must be positive, and this positive particle is known as proton. So from Goldstein we can say that a particle which moves from cathode to anode having negative charge. So if the some particle moves from anode to cathode, then it must be a positively charged. ओके अगर कोई पार्टिकल कैथोड से एनोड की तरफ जा रहा है और वो हमें नेगेटिवली चार्ज पार्टिकल मिला, सो मीन्स अगर एनोड से कोई कैथोड जा रहा है तो वो डेफिनेटली कौन सा होगा, पॉजिटिवली चार्ज पार्टिकल. नाउ the discovery of neutrons. So remember the scientist name who discovered neutrons. So Chadwick discovered neutrons. According to him, atoms have subparticle having neutral charge or no charge and a mass nearly equal to that of proton. It was eventually named as neutron. Neutrons are present in the nucleus of all atoms except hydrogen. Neutron is present inside the nucleus. Okay, proton and neutron present in nucleus, while electron are rotate around the nucleus. Okay, the mass of proton and neutron are exactly same. The charge on proton is positive, charge on electron are negative, and charge on neutron are neutral, that is 0. Every atom contain neutron in their nucleus except hydrogen. Hydrogen contain only proton in their nucleus. So remember these things. The mass of an atom is therefore given by sum of mass of proton and neutron. Remember this thing, that mass of proton and neutron is equal to mass of that atom. Okay, if we sum the mass of proton and neutron, we get the mass of that atom. See the orbital picture of atom, that electron are around the nucleus. In nucleus we have neutral charge neutron and positive charge, that is yellowish, that is proton. Okay, now Rutherford Goldfoil experiment. In 1908, the English physicist Rutherford was hard at work on an experiment that seems to have little to do with unraveling the mysteries of the atomic structure. Means Rutherford helped to find the structure of atom, that what is the main constitution of any atom. So for that experiment, Rutherford take positively charged alpha particle at a thin sheet of gold foil. Means Rutherford take one source which emit alpha particle, and also he take one gold foil and strike this ray on a gold foil, and he observe the experiment, that what observation is take place during this experiment. इस experiment में उसने एक अल्फ़ा सोर्स मीन्स अल्फ़ा पार्टिकल सोर्स यूज़ किया और ऐसे एक रिंग बनाई. ऐसी रिंग इसलिए बनाई कि जो भी अल्फ़ा पार्टिकल और अल्फ़ा रे जो भी इमिट हो गए वो एक कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड मीन्स स्मॉल रीजन में से पास होके कहाँ स्ट्राइक हो गए, एक गोल्ड फॉइल पे. ओके, नाउ the expected result was that alpha particle will be deflected by the subatomic particle in gold atom. Since alpha particle were much heavier than proton, he did not expect to see large deflection. Means alpha particle are heavier than atomic particles, means proton. So he expected that the alpha particle are strike on a atoms of gold foil, means gold atom, and they deflected. But the original observation is most of alpha particle are travel without any deflection straight, while some of particle are showing small deflection, means the alpha ray which strike to the nucleus of atom are deflected slightly. Okay, so means 80 to 90% particle are transfer from gold foil without any deflection. मीन्स जो भी अल्फ़ा पार्टिकल थे वो गोल्ड फॉइल से विथाउट डिफ्लेक्शन पास हो गए 80 to 90%. अबाउट 10 to 15% particle are showing small and large deflection. Small deflection, 5% particle shows large deflection, while only 0.0 means very less alpha particle are reflect back, means the deflection is 180 degree. ओके, जहाँ से वो आए उसी डायरेक्शन में वो रिवर्ट बैक हो गए. सो ऐसे पार्टिकल बहुत ही कम थे. तो ऐसा कब हो सकता है, अगर आपने एक कोई भी चीज़ रखी है रास्ते में और आप उसमें से कोई पास कर रहे हो और वो इजीली पास हो जाता है. मीन्स जो भी आपने चीज़ रखी है वो कैसी है, होलो है, मीन्स अंदर से इजीली पास हो सकती है. अगर ये होलो नहीं है, मीन्स इसमें कुछ चीज़ है, उसमें खाली स्पेस नहीं है, तो क्या होगा, वो डिफ्लेक्स हो जाएगा और ये और रिवर्ट बैक हो जाएगा या फिर. लेकिन अगर ये पास हो जा रहा है विथाउट एनी डिफ्लेक्शन, इट मीन्स दैट इट कंटेन होलो स्पेस. Okay, so from this experiment, Rutherford conclude that most of positively charged bullets pass right through the gold atom. Means all alpha particle pass straightway in gold set. Some of positively charged bullet, however, did bounce away from the gold set if they had hit the something solid. Means अगर कोई चीज़ बीच में आई तो वो रिवर्ट बैक हो गए उसी डायरेक्शन में. सम ऑफ पार्टिकल आर क्या हुआ, स्लाइटली डेविएट हो गए. सो दिस कॉल्ड ओनली मीन दैट गोल्ड एटम इन द सीट वेयर मोस्टली ओपन स्पेस. तो अगर मोस्ट ऑफ पास हो गए उसमें से, तो विच इंडिकेट्स दैट ऑल गोल्ड एटम having open space, means the distance between nucleus and electron is too much so that the alpha particle can easily pass through it. Okay, अगर डिस्टेंस ज़्यादा होगा तो ही ये पास हो जाएंगे. देन एटम वर नॉट ए पुडिंग फिल विद ए पॉजिटिवली चार्ज मटेरियल. तो हमें मालूम हो गया कि एटम पुडिंग मॉडल नहीं है कि इलेक्ट्रॉन है और उसके जो बाकी का स्पेस में प्रोटॉन है. वो हमारी जो थॉमसन मॉडल था वो क्या हुआ, गलत साबित हुआ. बिकॉज इफ that type of model is present, then alpha particle cannot pass through it. Okay, they strike and revert back. Now Rutherford conclude that an atom had small dense positively charged center that repel his positively charged bullet. Means what happen if alpha particles strike on a nucleus, then they revert back to the same direction. So Rutherford said that positively center as nucleus which is very tiny compared to atom. Means if we have structure of atom that much, then the nucleus contain only smallest region of that particular atom, and around the nucleus there is electron, and in between there is a large free space from which alpha particle get passed. Okay. So the conclusion from Rutherford postulate is Rutherford reasoned that all of an atom positively charged particle were contained in the nucleus, okay, in small region, while the negatively charged particle were scattered outside the nucleus around atom's edge. See, according to Rutherford, smallest region contain nucleus where electrons are moving around the nucleus, same as the earth and other planet rotate or revolving around the sun. Okay, the model created by Rutherford had still some serious discordance. According to the classic science, electron moving around the nucleus, and it is unstable because the planetary model of atom, the electron should radiate energy and finally fall in the nucleus. Means if this atom is this atomic model is true, then what happen if electron energy is reduced, they fall on the nucleus. Means अगर रोटेट कर रहा है, अगर उसकी एनर्जी कम हुई तो वो क्या होगा, electron strike to the nucleus because nucleus having positively charged, so they attract towards the positively charged nucleus and strike to that. Okay, if the energy is reduced. Now last one is Bohr's atomic model. In 1913, the Danish scientist Niels Bohr proposed an improvement in his model. He placed each electron in specific energy level. Following Rutherford's planetary model of the atom, it was realized that the attraction between the electron and the proton should make the atom unstable. So Bohr proposed a model in which the electron would stably occupy fixed orbit as long as this orbit has special discrete location. So according to Bohr, we know there is interaction between positive and negative charge proton and electron. Okay, so make the stable model, Bohr place electron in specific energy level orbital, okay, so that they cannot come too much near with each other and make unstable model. Okay, so according to Bohr, around the nucleus there is a different energy orbital in which electrons are present. So they give name to this orbital or cell as KLMN, or we can say they give number 1, 2, 3 and 4 to the orbital of different energy in which electron present. Okay. So see, the nucleus, the first orbital is 1, which is also known as K cell. Second is 2, n is equal to 2, which is known as L cell. Third is M cell, M orbital, which is having n is equal to 3 value, n is equal to 4, which is known as N cell. So remember this, so n is equal to 1 means K, 2 means L, 3 means M and 4 means N cell. Also Bohr specified that how many numbers of electron can accommodate on particular orbital, that अगर कोई ऑर्बिटल है K, L, M, N तो उसमें कितने मैक्सिमम इलेक्ट्रॉन अकोमोडेट कर सकते हैं. So each orbital can hold a specific maximum number of electron. An easy way to calculate the total number of electron that can be held by given energy level is to use the formula 2n square. Okay. By this formula we can calculate the number of maximum electron that can accommodate in given cell. For example, K cell having value n is equal to 1. So number of electron in K cell is 2 into 1 square. How many? 2. Okay. Same way L, n is equal to 2. So 2 into 2 square, that is 8. Third M, 2 into 3 square, that is 18. And fourth N, 2 into 4 square is equal to 32. Now how many number of electrons can accommodate on that particular cell is given by 2n square. Okay. So from this you can calculate the number of electrons on any cell. If the n is equal to 7, that number of electron in that cell is 2 into 7 square. So 2 into 49, that is 98 electron can accommodate on 7 number cell, okay, or orbital. So what is the key aspects of Bohr atomic model? So electrons move around the nucleus at stable orbits without emitting radiation. Electron in one of these stable orbital has definite energy. We know every orbital have definite energy, and energy radiated only when electron make transition from higher energy orbital to lower energy. So when energy is emitted, so if the electron from higher energy level comes to the lower energy level, they emit some amount of energy, okay, in form of radiation. Okay. So electron emit radiation of different color due to transition from higher energy level to lower energy level. So from this lecture we have conclusion that subparticle in atoms contain electron, proton and neutron. So what is the structure of an atom? Nucleus at center, home of proton and neutron, has positive charge. Proton relative mass is 1u, unified mass, having positive charge, symbol as P. It is useful to determine the atomic number and found inside the nucleus. Okay. Second is neutron, no charge, relative mass 1u, found inside the nucleus. Third is electron, negative charge, outside the nucleus. According to Rutherford, electron are around the nucleus, while according to Bohr, electron are in specific energy level, which is known as cells or orbitals. Okay. Now how proton, neutron and electron related? So number of proton, no electron, number of proton, number of electron, sorry, number of if number of proton is 20, then number of electron must be 20. Number of proton is equal to atomic number. Number of proton plus number of neutron is equal to mass number. and number of neutron is equal to mass number plus atomic number. Mass number is symbolized by A and Z, atomic number. Okay, that's all for today's lecture. Thank you.